You bought the whole grain cereal to be good. You basically bought dessert in a bowl. In the next few minutes, we'll expose 12 breakfast foods that hide sugar behind cozy words like natural, multigrain, and fruit.
Across the country, boxes of Kellogg's Honey Smacks are being pulled from store shelves. The CDC says the breakfast cereal is linked to a salmonella outbreak. It's already sickened at least 73 people in 31 states. The victims range in age from less than a year up to 87 years old.
Where it is possible for salmonella to survive, but very difficult to be found by the regular food safety practices.
The recall involves Honey Smacks that were sold in 15.3-ounce and 23-ounce boxes. Salmonella is often associated with eggs and poultry, but experts say the bacteria can live in nearly any food.
The cereal factory plus the factories that make ingredients for cereals are typically dry factories.
Let's start with the morning trap. Dried fruit glued together with syrups, fiber boosted with cheap additives, and oats processed until they act like candy. Stay with me for 3 label red flags that will save your energy and your grocery budget by next week. If your whole grain bowl hits your blood sugar like soda, how many healthy labels are just costume jewelry? Let's start with the con. The front of the box sells comfort words. The back loads you with sugar. You want steady energy and a fair price. You get a mid-morning crash and a receipt that stings.
They make some of the most iconic cereals in the world, like Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks. Now, Kellogg's announced it's removing the artificial dyes that give those cereals their bright color. Kellogg signed a legally binding agreement with Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, who said it's the first of its kind. Companies including Kraft Heinz, Hershey, Tyson's, and others have made verbal commitments. Kellogg's will stop using the food colorings by 2027. The company told Straight Hour News, "We see the growing focus on health as an opportunity to meet consumer needs in even more meaningful ways."
Here's the tension. 3 words ring like a fire alarm no matter how clean the art looks. Natural, multigrain, fruit. They sound tidy. They are often marketing fog. Natural does not mean low sugar. Multigrain just means many grains, not intact ones. Fruit on the front can mean fruit sugar in the mix. If those words float on the front, flip the box and check what actually shows up first.
Warning about a cereal that's really popular with children. A salmonella outbreak, and it's linked to Honey Smacks. More than 30 people have been hospitalized from this. And look at this FDA tweet. Get rid of Honey Smack.
It is not. In fact, Kellogg's Honey Smack cereal was recalled in June and ordered removed from store shelves. Here we are, more than 3 months later, and the FDA is still getting reports of illness.
If they are still in your cabinet, toss them. Our senior investigative reporter, Lisa Fletcher, following this alert. And Lisa, this isn't the FDA's first warning about this cereal.
Flour, syrups, starches. Let's start with the classic trap. Whole grain flakes with honey clusters. The serving size is dainty, 2/3 of a cup or 3/4, so the sugar looks tame. Then you pour a normal bowl and you double it without thinking. The clusters are the sweet spot. Literally, they're glued with blended syrups that dry shiny, almost like varnish on wood. They look innocent. They chew like candy. That sticky glaze makes milk taste good and your blood sugar jump. Processed grains digest fast. Ultra-fine flakes act like they're pre-chewed. Compare that to steel-cut oats that still ask your body to do some work. One is a slow burn, the other is kindling. Your pancreas knows the difference before you do. Fast rise, fast fall, early hunger.
Most food dyes are made with synthetic petroleum-based chemicals. They have no nutritional value and are only used to enhance the colors of food. Kellogg's cereals, including Fruit Loops and Apple Jacks, contain yellow 6, yellow 5, red 40, and blue 1. The other dyes have been shown to have negative side effects. However, the FDA says most children have no adverse effects. According to the Cleveland Clinic, red 40 can lead to hyperactivity, including ADHD, behavioral challenges like irritability and depression, skin irritation, and migraine.
Now the granola that swears it's fiber-packed. You see oats, nuts, and dried fruit, so it feels like a hike in a bowl. But the fiber headline often comes from added polydextrose or chicory root inulin stirred in after processing stripped the original roughage. The sweet bind that keeps those clusters chunky? Fruit juice concentrate sprayed on and baked until it sets. It is fruit in name, syrup in action. You pay a premium for texture and a halo, not for stable energy. And those natural sweeteners that sound gentle, honey, agave, coconut sugar. Gram for gram, sugar is sugar to your bloodstream. The flavors differ, the impact still lands. The real kicker is maltodextrin. Bland name, high punch. It dissolves fast and spikes quick. If it hides high on the list, you're not eating breakfast. You're priming a crash.
At least 130 people in 36 states have gotten sick, including in the DMV. Virginia is among the states with higher numbers of people infected with salmonella from this outbreak. Symptoms of salmonella are typically diarrhea, fever, and abdominal cramps that can last up to a week. In some people, the salmonella can spread from the intestines into the bloodstream, and this can cause death unless the person is promptly treated with antibiotics. The FDA says children are most at risk, and the rate of infection among kids under the age of 5 is higher than the rate in all other people.
You want specifics? Here's the rapid-fire roll call with the trick baked in. Multigrain flakes with honey clusters, small serving, syrup clumps. Protein granola, syrups first, protein later, mostly as a sprinkle. Fruit and nut trail granola. Fruit juice concentrate gluing the chunk, not whole fruit doing the work. Yogurt-coated oat bites. Oil plus sugar with a white coating that acts like candy shell. Breakfast biscuits. Ground grains plus invert sugar and oils pressed into a cookie with a morning name. Instant oatmeal packets in maple or brown sugar. Thin-cut oats that cook fast and hit fast, with sweeteners premixed. No sugar added fruit and nut bars. Dates or concentrates provide the sugar load. The label just swaps the word. Kids' whole grain puffs. Light as air, easy to overpour, quick to digest, often dusted with sweet. Granola with coconut nectar. Tropical name, same sugar math. Baked oat crisps. Thin, toasted, and lacquered with sweet for crunch. Smoothie bowl bases with juice concentrates. Frozen or shelf-stable, but the base is fruit sugar dense. Fiber-boosted cereal with chicory root and syrups. Added fiber plus added sugar. 2 gears turning against you. So what is the takeaway you can use at the shelf? 3 instant red flags right on the ingredient panel. Maltodextrin. Fruit juice concentrate. Brown rice syrup. If any of those land in the top 5, you are buying dessert. That's your payoff. Bonus watch. Protein granola that lists syrups first and protein sources like whey or pea last. The name shouts protein, the bowl delivers sugar. Now let's move on to how this sugar in disguise drains your energy and your budget, and what to grab instead without paying a premium. The fix is not fancy. It starts with skipping the cozy words and letting the first 5 ingredients tell you what you are actually eating. Your decoder is simple. Skip the cozy words. Skim the first 5 ingredients. If you see maltodextrin, fruit juice concentrate, or brown rice syrup, you're not buying breakfast, you're buying a crash. That check takes 10 seconds. It saves you from paying extra for a staged halo. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like, subscribe, and drop the health cereal you want us to audit next. We'll pull the panel, read the fine print, and call it straight. Next up, we're digging into protein breakfasts that hide sugar under a protein halo while charging steak prices. You might want to hear that before checkout.